Well, hello everybody, and welcome to week 4 of our TBS One Home Showcase.
Where we bring entertainment from our home into yours.
That's right. And we are in week 4. We're going to start running out of ideas here. If you guys have any ideas that you would like us to do, please send them to my email address because, I don't know how long this thing is going to go. So, we got to be creative. And do I even need to ask?
We're live, Dad.
And we're live for...
They want to check on these guys this week.
All right, well, let's see what the happy crew is doing this week.
Scene for a minute, watching people turn their childhood dreams into a gimmick. There's limits when it comes to an image. You could be what you see on TV, that's a mimic. Rap is boxing, I'm knocking out Linux. If hip-hop is Congress, submission is the Senate. With every new song, a new world's invented. Architect, designer, rhyme, and blueprinted. One at a time until my album's finished. Every T is crossed, every paragraph indented. See music and y'all committed. We can't be separated by spectators and critics. Replace the earth's face with a grimace. It's us against the world and it's time for a scrimmage. Bring real raw rap back like it's vintage. Vital force of life, nigga, my 6 senses. TBC. Everybody grab your switches and sacks of weed. Come to the back with me if you VIP. My name is No MC rips the mic quite like me. Keeping the crowd hype. Who did you come to see? The seats only in the game to make 3 or 4 mil. The rope a cloud and float away on it like Banco's bill, nigga. See, I won't take no deals. Well, maybe distribution to kill all my bills. And so I could pass a credit check and pay off the bank so I could finally write a check, man. Damn. See, I want a new Corvette and an old Monte Carlo. I ain't had one of those yet. I wanna pose for Jet Vibe and Double XL. I was in a Murder Dog and that helped mastermind sell with national promotion to inform my clientele. All you do is sit back and watch all our pockets swell. Well, you're doing the right thing, mister. Just make me a 7-figure nigga like Jigga. I'll turn half the rap industry into quitters wearing pink clothes, mink coats, and watches that glitter, nigga. TBC. Everybody grab your switches and sacks of weed. Come to the back with me if you VIP. My name is No MC rips the mic quite like me. Keeping the crowd hype. Who did you come to see? My mind shows signs, it's my time to shine. When I write rhymes, I see gold mines and dollar signs. Holler at a dime, pop your collar time, sodomize the track from the back. It's not a rhyme. I rock a rhyme to keep the crowd moving. Stay on the grind so music brings loot. Hey, I'll show you where our sound booth is. Then snap your neck so I can test the acoustics. Got the whole West though in the deuces. Even the best respect our music, but I'm the best in the West when this bet enters a contest. All the rest lose it. Haters have a rest, nigga, cool it. While bitches show they breasts as they lose it. Going crazy, screaming like I'm Jay-Z. Throwing a thong and telling me they want my baby cause I'm Everybody grab your switches and sacks of weed. Come to the back with me if you VIP. My name is No MC rips the mic quite like me. Keeping the crowd hype. Who did you come to see? Everybody grab your switches and sacks of weed. Come to the back with me if you VIP. My name is No MC rips the mic quite like me. Keeping the crowd hype. Who did you come to see? Come on.
We thank you for watching TBS 1 Home Showcase. If you'd like to reach out to us, send all requests to trackt58 at gmail.com and send any donation or tips through Cash App $TRACKT.
Hi, guys.
Hello, everybody. You know, me and my son was talking earlier this week, and we realized some of you might not know anything about us.
So we figured we'd put together a couple of segments to tell you exactly who we are.
I like to start by showing you these 3 items that symbolize different points in my career. So I'm going to call this segment, If They Could Talk. Starting with the saxophone, if it could talk, it would tell you stories of how me and my brothers landed a recording contract in 1976 and released our debut album, Open Soul.
Yeah.
Now, although it made the Billboard magazine's recommended LPs, record sales were low. Then, now if you want to purchase this LP, it'll cost you a whopping $1,500 in the rare album community.
Wow,
Nice job,
$1,500.
nice job. Next is my bass guitar right here. It's been everywhere with me. If it could talk, it would tell you stories about after my family band. When I introduced myself to the community that I was available, man, I started touring to places like Taichung, Taiwan. I came back from there, landed a cruise ship job on a Dolphin 4 out of the port of Miami. And I started living in Nassau, Bahamas, where I got into the reggae music big time. Love it, man.
Yeah, man.
Then leaving Nassau, I came back to Chicago just in time for this guy to come in my life.
Wow.
Mr. Prince himself. I went for an audition and got the job as a bass player for Mavis Staples. And the next thing I knew, I was getting in the mail studio recordings from Prince with him playing every instrument and singing all the vocals. Then we went on tour to promote the album that he produced for Mavis, and it was called The Voice. Now, this little guy right here, if he could talk, he would tell you stories as he hung from the rearview mirror of my van. He witnessed the beginning of several band projects during the first few years of Wisconsin. People like Newfound Flavor, and Trackmaster T. Hey, that's me.
That's you.
He would also talk about how I put a business plan together, found an investor, and built a state-of-the-art studio in his basement. The first release was an introduction to the public who we were. But soon after that, my son Tim Jr. came from San Diego to help with the hip-hop division. We went right to work, releasing as many projects as possible. Then we decided to relocate to Florida so we could expand our music. Now, I'm still touring from time to time when I get the call, and I'm working with touring musicians and singers in a wedding band called the Chicago Cats. That's right. Here's a sample.
Join hands, start a love train, people all the world. Don't you miss it? All right, start a love train, let it ride, love train, let it ride.
Yes, the Chicago Cats, available for your next wedding or corporate event. And I'm also the new bassist and vocalist for American Breed. What about you, son?
All right, well, my segment is called How It Became Today. And we're going to start my first rap group, Masterminds. Masterminds is one of the premier rap groups in San Diego's music scene. But then we kind of separated. When we separated, we were a part of a crew called Q-Side, who also separated. So I grabbed my 2 favorite artists from Q-Side, and we started Submission. Now, Submission released a few albums as well. Mission Complete, BD Bangy Mashy, Hip Hop is Back, and these projects are, San Diego hip hop classics. Excuse me. So all things must come to an end. So Submission split. I continued though as a solo artist. I did UGMT Volume 1, JDP Files with Joey Dixon. Then I did UGMT Volume 2. Now UGMT Volume 2 is one of my favorite projects because I had the opportunity to work with con artists from D12, Royce the 5'9", Killer Priest from Wu-Tang Clan, Borak from the Dove Shack, Pace One from the Outsiders, and Sly Boogie. These are some guys I grew up listening to, so it was a definite pleasure. Then I released UGMT Volume 3, and that's also a cool project. Then I released a couple of consolidated projects. I took the unreleased material from Masterminds and Submission and released those projects. Now after that, I released a slew of of singles. You know, basically in preparation to reunite with you, Dad.
Oh, yeah.
So after those singles released, I packed up and I relocated to Wisconsin, where Dad had a very beautiful studio, and we did a lot of work. We actually did a bunch of shows and some of our own music as well. We released I'm So Blessed as a single.
And video.
And the video as well. I think we previewed that on one of our episodes.
Yes, we did.
Then we got hip hop jazz. Now this, you played the bass guitar, and you also sang the vocals. We had the jazz professor at Notre Dame play the keys, Christine Salerno, and we had Fernando Jimcourt play the drums. After that, we also released a few other singles. And then we decided, you know what, we need to grow and expand even more. So we decided to relocate to Florida. So after that, we still continued to work on our music. Released a couple of singles. By the way, we also have a new single. It's called I Am Legend. Go check that out right now. It's a pretty awesome song. But we actually came out here with a goal to help, to provide a network of resources for artists and businesses alike. So that's how we came to today.
That's right, and that's who we are. So we love to know who you are the next time we meet.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much. Well, that's it for our show this week.
Tune in next week where we bring entertainment from our home into yours. And you don't stop. Yes, yes, y'all. And you don't stop. Ooh. And you don't stop. Yes, yes, y'all. And you don't stop. Ooh. And you don't stop. Yes, yes, y'all. And you don't stop. Ooh. Yes, yes, y'all. Yes, yes, y'all. She first heard me at 13 years old. Little did we both know we merged dreams and hope. Emerge a team, birth the scene and grow. I'm old school, she's soulful, seamless, so tailor measure us. She be at the shows while we setting up, getting mics right. She's right there, the mic check with us. It's like forever us. With me from the start, I even made her bust when she did me in the park. Not to embarrass her, I cared for her character. So much in common with me, I need to share with her. America's a barrier. I wanna carry her across continents and marry her, but that's not fair to her. She loves the inner city. She didn't split with me when they sent me to Sydney. She defends me against the frenzy of envy. Miss me? Do you miss me?
She used to love me, my baby.
Hey, she used to love me.
She used to love me, my baby.
Hey, she used to love me.
She used to love me, my baby.
She used to love me.
She used to love me, my baby.
Now periodically, her and me would turn up the club or hype up the party. Quite like a hobby, but I started getting sick quick. Targeting my market as an artist, and she thinks it picked up my image. Switched what the trend is, inventing gimmicks for them to mimic. Independent, she respected and believed in me. We intersected in the method that was leisurely, so easily I approached. She does my rap, that's how we got close. We both broke to the West Coast, that was cool. She scoped, I impress folks with flows after school. Fans will demand it, plan the expansion of me. They'll hand me their money in SD. She defends me against the frenzy of envy. Miss me? Do you miss me?
She used to love me, my baby.
Hey, she used to love me.
She used to love me, my baby.
Hey, she used to love me.
She used to love me, my baby.
Hey, she used to love me.
She used to love me, my baby.
Hey, come on. Hey. Say love, you say me, love me, love me. When I say love, you say you, love you, love you. When I say love, you say me, love me, love me. When I say love, you say you love, you love, you. Hey,
She used to love me. My baby.
Hey, she used to love me.
She used to love me. My baby.
Hey, she used to love me.
She used to love me. My baby.
Hey, she used to love me.
She used to love me. My baby.
Hey, she used to love me.
See you next week.
Thank you guys.